Hey everyone, Bill McRea here. Welcome to tonight's webinar. You're only going to have to look at my bald head for a few minutes, so just kick back and relax. We're going to let a few people trickle into the room in the next few minutes here. This is going to be really exciting. I have got a system to share with you tonight that's going to get you so excited. It's all about you finally making some money online, doing probably the most intelligent thing that's easy you could ever do. And it really is simple because we do it for you. Your job is very simple, and we're going to explain to you the business and how to go about getting it and all that. If you watch this video to the very end, we're going to let you into a secret back door so you can get, just this amazing system that you can do and start making money, and you're not going to put a penny out of your pocket. I'm going to sell you, but then I'm going to discount the price to zero, right? That's what it's all about. What I want to do is make it so people can actually make some money. And this is something I do that just generates a ton of cash for me. So I absolutely love it. And I'm going to put on my PowerPoint presentation because we're up to almost 200 people now, which is the max that my little makeshift webinar system will do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start the PowerPoint presentation right now. Voila, I did it. Not too bad, I suppose. I guess you get to see another picture of me there for a minute. Now, I'm starting off by talking about how you can make some money doing this, and this is a system that can generate lots of money. We're going to go through what I'm making, but it's really not about how much I'm making. What we're here today is to show you how much money you can make. That's all you care about. You don't care if I'm doing well, you care if you can do well. And if you're like most people in this whole internet thing, you probably have tried a lot of different things that people claim is going to make you millions of dollars and failed at them because they either were scams or they were, Bitcoin things or business opportunities that are based on recruitment that are too complex to really figure out. What we're going to teach you how to today is the solo ad business, and we're going to give you everything you need to do to start the business for free. So pay attention. So today I am going to show you how you can bank over $20,000 a month if you really work at it. I do better than that just in one account, just working about 20 minutes a day. Now, I spend a lot of time during the day doing other stuff, but that's because I have the time to do it. Like I go to the gym every day. For an old dude, I'm completely fit, which is pretty rare. So it's not like a very time-consuming thing. And this is exciting because basically why people want to work from home is for quality of life. If you could make, $300, $500 a day, working a few hours a day, and have the rest of the day available for you to spend with your spouse or, with your doing whatever you want. For me, it's going to the gym, I spend time with my dog, I spend time with my wife, we work on our house. There's a lot of great things we can do because of this lifestyle that we created in the last few years. And we'll go over a lot of this stuff as we go through, but I want you to focus on this is something you can do. This is not no scammy pie in the sky thing. This is providing something that there's huge demand for. So, and this is just an image of what I did. And I believe this is the month of April. I just kind of let all the money accumulate in my PayPal account. Just this one real quick screenshot. April, kind of not the fastest month of the year. I actually do a lot better other months. You see here, I did, this was June, 49,000. Summer is kind of the slow period. This year, 2018, because it will get very busy and I'm expanding other parts of my business, I will make probably $600,000 doing what I'm going to share with you tonight. Now, that's probably not something you're going to be able to do, but that this is what I'm doing just because I want to show you these numbers are real. I literally logged into my PayPal account. I ran a report and just grabbed a screenshot. So this is, what I'm making on a monthly basis, 2 months anyhow. And I definitely have had better months and slower months. It's up and down all over the place. So we're going to talk a lot about the business side of this and making money, but you got to get there. And I've gotten there, and it's taken a bit of work to do that. So my goal is very simple, is by the end of this webinar, I want you to suspend your disbelief and be 100% convinced how easy it is for you to actually do this. This is not a scam thing, and as you see as I go through this, you're going to go, oh yeah, this makes sense. That's how powerful and simple we're making this. And it's really going to come down to you just taking a few action items. And not one of them is going to be reaching for your wallet by the time we're done with this webinar. Now, I'm going to show you the coaching program, but then I'm going to say you don't need it. So here we go. Let's keep going through this presentation. I want you to be convinced you can do this, okay? And see, if you stay to the very end, I'll give you a way to start tomorrow without spending a dime. I already said that. You don't have to spend a dime on list building because we're going to teach you how to sell solo ads. Now, if you know anything about the solo ad business, you usually have to invest just a ton of money in the building a list, and it becomes very much a trading dollars, so you never really get to take anything out of the business, or worse. And we'll get into some of those numbers as we go forward. We're going to show you how average people can build a solid business and bank over $20,000 every month of the year. We're getting some people close to that number right now, but you know, sometimes they start making $2,000 or $5,000 a month. They kind of settle, and that's fine. I mean, if your objective is to be able to make your house payment or your car payment, or maybe just to put a couple $1,000s away for your kids' school, and you can do that without a whole lot of sweat, you know, your goals are your goals. For me, I want to make $100,000 a month, and we are in our whole business, which we'll go over a little bit. But for you, it could be just an extra $2,000 a month. It all depends on how ambitious you are. This system can get you to $20,000 a month, or even if you go for it like I did, you could even get to the same numbers I do. I doubt it, but we'll talk a little bit about that later on as well. Who am I? Who's this bald, good-looking guy here? My name is Bill McRea, and pretty well known in the industry, but not so much anymore. I've been making $30,000 to $60,000 a month with solo ads since about 2013. I was doing a CPA product in 2013. I built up a huge list, and I was trying to monetize the list and started selling solo ads. I learned a lot of painful things in the process, but we'll go through that in a few minutes as well. I have launched 5 multi-million-dollar products. You might know some names of them. The first product I ever launched that was a 6-figure launch was called Marketing on the Fringe. We did that in 2009. We sold quite a bit. We did about $300,000 in sales. So we made $100,000 easily net off of that. So that kind of got me interested in doing product launches as a way of making a lot of money. So I got into that and really did some bigger launches. The next product launch I did was called Massive Passive Profits. We did about $4 million with that. I did Above the Matrix. We did about $5 million in that. Above the Social Matrix, a couple million. Then we got into the CPA business. I launched a product called Massive Income Machines. That was a couple million. I launched a coaching program that generated $500,000. I also launched a product called the Above the Social Matrix, produced $500,000. And we did the Allen Success Plan with my friend Allen. And we were doing over $170,000 a month with that in the CPA marketing. At the same time, during that period, I was one of the top 5 affiliates at ClickBank. Now, being an affiliate at ClickBank was better than being a product owner, but in order to make money as an affiliate, you needed to have a list that was made up of primarily buyers who are used to buying ClickBank-style products. Well, once you do a big product launch, you have a huge buyers list, and they're more than happy to buy more stuff. So where I was making a couple $1 million on an annual basis on my product launches, I was making that plus as an affiliate. I was really doing well between 2009 and 2013 in this product launch business. Now everyone's going to go, I want to do that. I want to get rich. It sucks. And, I can spend 2 hours just telling you why it sucks. I'm glad I did it. I worked my butt off. It aged me about 20 years. I used to have hair. I mean, it really is. It's not something you're going to be able to do unless you have the right contacts and stuff. And some of my software has been award-winning software. The MPP program was the first system to automate the multi-branch blogs. It really was a great system. And then it got hacked and stole by a bunch of Asian people, and it was the end of that routine. But, Yeah, it was definitely an exciting period for about 5 years, 4 years, yeah, 5 years where we really, no, 4 years where we really made a lot of money with these product launches. And we kept doing launch after launch after launch because it was very addictive making the money of the product launch was one thing, but making the money with the affiliate was another. In order to continue those affiliate dollars coming in, we had to launch another product to keep that list being big with buyers. So it was a constant launch every 4 or 5 months, and it just about ate me up. I did several other product launches. I've done one this year. It was, pretty small, called uh, it's on JVZoo. It's called Bulletproof Email Marketing Solutions, and that's something we're going to talk about a little bit later on. But the fact is, it's a very rough game, and you got to have a lot of skills to do it right. So if you're talented, good luck. Most people aren't going to be able to do it. It's not what I'm here to teach you anyway. And here you can see some of the screenshots of my accounts from that time period. $834,000 in affiliate commissions there. I was making $100,000 there in my coaching programs. I had a bunch of other income streams, including AdSense. I made a lot of money, and I had a lot of fun, but I was also burnt out on this, and everything changed at ClickBank, and they no longer were allowing any of these what we call business opportunity launches. So we changed to the CPA world, and that's a whole nother kettle of fish, is what I would say. It became a very big problem, and so I just walked away from it. Okay, I'd done a lot of things right, is my point, but I had the money and the resources and the relationships and the contacts to do it. I hired the best single copywriter in the industry, a guy by the name of Mike Williams. He's amazing, okay? We had very good profits on these products. I invest $50,000 in developing a piece of software. We'd make $4 million on it. Pretty, you got to have the 50 grand to invest into doing it right, to hire people to do support. There's a whole lot of components that go into it. It's not just, relaunch and make money. You've got to take care of your clients afterwards. But I had the relationships with affiliates to do it, and I did all this to make it work. So it is kind of a challenge. It's a big challenge doing these sort of products. But I also did a lot of things wrong, and there has been a lot of pain. When doing, especially the CPA products, which was leading me into my solo ad business, we were building a big list on Aweber. And what happened is we were bringing in 1,200 to 1,500 leads per day, which is really a lot of leads. So to me, I had leads that didn't cost me anything, but I was paying for the traffic in the affiliate commissions I was paying out for the product on the CPA network. What happened in the CPA network is late 2013, first part of 2014, a bunch of affiliates out of Indonesia were joined the affiliate company I was dealing with, and they were buying products with stolen credit cards. They were getting paid their commissions, and then a month later, those credit cards got charged back. So I ended up losing hundreds of thousands of dollars because I'd already paid out the affiliate commissions. The affiliate network already paid that scam artist out. There was no getting it from the credit card company. It came out of my pocket. Well, I had a huge list, so I just kind of said, this is crazy. The ClickBank thing had fallen apart. The CPA network business was really profitable because it allowed me to sell solo ads, and I had a lot to learn about how to maintain and keep a list. When I had that big CPA list, I started getting dropped by my autoresponders because they don't want people. They're not really designed for people to have lists of hundreds of thousands of people, and they don't like solo ads to begin with. So while I was able to build a big list, I was getting dropped by Aweber and GetResponse. I had multiple accounts with different people, and it became very painful because I couldn't sustain the business at all. So, I'm sorry, I went the wrong direction there. Instead of the joy of a live thing. So there were a lot of mistakes I made in the process. I also did some product launches. We spent lots of money on something called Emerald 11. My copywriter went crazy on it. We spent a ton of money, and it tanked. It didn't convert. We didn't sell. We lost our relationship with affiliates because they we weren't making the money, and you got to make them money or they get mad at you. Fortunately, right after that, we launched something called Above the Matrix, and boy, did we make a ton of money for everybody then. And we were winning all these affiliate contests. The world was great. You know, you begin to think when the money's rolling in that easily, it's not easy. It's really a lot of work. I remember on the day, night before the Above the Matrix product launch, this would have been in August of 2011, so 7 years ago now. I was working on last-minute changes, and the copywriter came back and said, "No, we're going to change all this." I worked until 4 o'clock in the morning. I ended up sleeping in my office. I had a beautiful office in La Mesa, California at the time. I woke up and announced the product was live, and all the changes that my copywriter wanted done were, I'm glad I took the time to do them. It was like basically rebuilding the entire site, redoing the entire funnel. And in those days and times, we didn't have things like ClickFunnels. We manually put these things together. It was work, and I didn't hire this stuff out. I was the laborer. I went and did this stuff. So not only did I have to, set everything up, I also had to test it all and make sure it worked. Well, fortunately, it went like a hot knife through butter. The product launch was huge, successful, and it was wonderful. It was also the last big product launch you did. Other product launches were more like on a CPA network, you just launched a product, and there's not a big product launch. There's just people that are affiliates pick up your product, promote it. If it converts, it gets around the community, and you start getting a lot of sales. So I did a lot of things right, and I did a lot of things wrong. But the thing that hurt the most here was, even though I was playing the game with the autoresponders, the email providers, Aweber, GetResponse, all those guys, I was playing it according to the rules. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I still was getting dropped. And at that point in time, it was like, okay, we'll just get another autoresponder and we keep building our list. So there were times when I couldn't generate any traffic and I couldn't get any sales. And my income would go down to zero, which was very frustrating. I found ways to get through and rebuild, but then this continued to happen. This is not an uncommon story. You can talk to people that were doing these type of product launches, 6, 7 years ago. Every single person I know in the industry has lost their autoresponder at one time or another. And every single solo ad provider I know has lost their autoresponder one time or another. Okay, so I've been at this solo ad game for 7 years. You can see the sort of money I made in April. Selling the solos is really easy. If you stay to the very end, we're going to show you how to do that. Filling the solo ad orders is really easy if you know how to do it. But managing that autoresponder I'm talking about is almost impossible, and it gets very, very technical. Let me explain to you why. Every time you send out an email, you're like removing a percentage of leads from your list that are your most open, engaged, and active list members. So one time you can send out an email and generate 2,000 clicks. Next time you send out an email to the same group of people, and you only generate 1,500 clicks. It just dissolves overnight. So you got to keep getting new, fresh leads in there. And the problem most people do is they don't manage their autoresponder right. They don't segment their list so that they're only mailing to openers. They don't unload their non-active or delete the non-active list members, which you pay for, so you don't want to keep them on. They just keep tossing new leads in there, and they're spending money. And the more people that they're mailing to, the less people that open, the lower the engagement rate is. And then they start getting desperate, and they start sending out email that's like, you just won the lottery, click here to download your money. Those are really deceptive, but they're getting paid per click. What happens is people open them and click them because they're dumb. But those are spammy emails, and all the autoresponders and the email service providers like Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, they start to see this stuff too, and you start getting sorted into the spam box. That gets reported back and damages the reputation of the autoresponder company. When they get a damaged reputation, initially what they do is they downgrade what SMTP servers your emails go out on, so that they're going out on lower quality servers, and because of that, your inboxing goes down, and then you, as a result, can't generate as many clicks, so you get trickier, and you start doing more and more what we call tricky click type emails, and it just goes downhill faster and faster and faster because you're being stupid. You're not working your list right. Having an autoresponder with list members is cool, but you have to manage it. You have to have correct list hygiene. You have to remove people that bounce. You have to make sure that you're only emailing people who open and engage with your list. You have to delete the people that do not ever open or engage with your emails. You have to manage it that way. And then the money about building that list, we'll get into that in a little bit, is ridiculous. It's really negative. So therefore, just having an autoresponder is with leads, and it is not going to make you any money. So this is painful for sure. And when you're doing the solo ads, like I said, I had, in my mind, when I was running my CPA business, leads were free. Well, they weren't. It took me closing that business down because of that loss in money, where I began to realize, oh boy, how am I going to keep my list going? And oh yeah, heck, I just got dropped by Aweber again. So in order to generate a lot of clicks, you got to take a certain percentage of your money, a high percentage, like 40 to 50%, and reinvest into the business. Now, this is paying for the autoresponder. This is paying for your hosting, your web forms, your websites you have, and buying traffic to generate new leads. It gets very, very expensive to be in a solo ad business. So the trick to this, for me, to making the money I'm making now, was finding the lowest cost and most effective way. That was a must. And I did. But it took 7 years and a couple $100,000 in investments for me to get to the point where I can generate truly unlimited, I shouldn't say that, I can generate 50,000 clicks a day if I have to. It's all a matter of increasing the flow of leads into our system, which really isn't that hard to do. But the top side of my capacity now is completely different, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So I discovered all this stuff the hard way. I lost the money on the Aweber accounts and GetResponse accounts that I got closed. I went through the agony and the bottles of wine trying to figure out how to get my business back on its wheels. It was really a frustrating process. Okay, so I discovered all this the hard way. There was nothing simple about how I got to the point where I am today, where I'm able to generate the amount of traffic that I can generate. And you get to cheat, because I'm going to show you how to do it the easy way, without any risk. So here's the hard way. Okay, first of all, I had something called Lead Pages, which allows you to build your list generation form. That's $40-50 a month. I would use a service like Udemy to sell orders, but that's a good system, and we'll teach you about that. So you spend a ton of money. You've got to set up your squeeze pages. Spend money, spend money, spend money. Okay, therefore you got to have a hosting account, or you got to have optimized press, or you buy a plugin here, or you do this, or you do. You never end trying to figure out how to put these things together technically. Do you want to learn how to build a squeeze page? Well, Lead Pages makes it easier. Yeah, okay, so does ClickFunnels. Yeah, okay. You want to spend all your time doing that? You're spending $100 a month just for hosting and for lead capture forms, and you haven't made a penny yet, and the numbers are going to get worse, way worse. So you spend a ton of money, and then you're having to build your list so you can sell solos. So the most easiest way to do that is to go buy solos from other solo ad providers. Well, think about what you're doing there. You're bringing in a bunch of list members that are already on 45 or 50 other people's list. That's kind of, well, think about it. I mean, that list members on 40 guys' list, they're getting tons of emails. They're not really interested in it. They're just looking at stuff. They're not the greatest quality leads in the world at all. And you're spending a lot of money to build this. Let me give you an example. Let's say your list form converts at 40%. You pay 50 cents per click. Each list member that gets on your list is costing you $1.25. That's great. $1.25. If you're selling 50 cents a click, all he has to do is click on 3 ads and you're making money. But that's not how it really works, because what you'll find out is only about 30% of your list members will ever even open an email. Okay, So that means that list member is really costing more like $3. But when you figure out how many are actually clicking on emails, your list member actually, a list member that opens and clicks on emails, is about $5. So if you're selling clicks for 50 cents a piece, 10 clicks will pay for that list member to click on your ads. Wow. The sad news is the average guy that opens and clicks email does about 6-7 times according to my math, and then they disappear. So you slowly lose money, and you've invested tons of money into this list building thing to sell solo ads. Now, if you can monetize this with higher cost per click products, affiliate products and stuff, which I do a lot of myself personally, that's great. You can make your money back. But you can see that there's a lot of risk and a lot of money to build a list. And like I said earlier, you're selling solo ads from solo ads that you bought. Okay? So that's kind of the hard way, isn't it? So it got me thinking. See, that's a bald guy, just like me. There has got to be a better way to do this. Absolutely has to be a better way to do this. And I started figuring out how to do it, and it had to be in scale. Okay. So what I want to ask you a question here. After about 5 years of just struggling and learning how to build my own autoresponder company, which we've done successfully, very very We'll talk a little more about that in a minute. But I invested a lot of money into it. Okay. I want to ask you, do you want to invest a couple $100,000 to do what I do? Or do you want to do it the easy way? It requires zero investment in e-list building and still be able to sell and make the money that's available in this literally huge market. It's a really stupid question. You probably say, yeah, I want to do it the easy way. Who wouldn't? I wish I could. Wish there was a guy like me around to do what I'm offering, a few years ago. Wow, my life would have been better. If you do what we're going to propose for you, this is what you're not going to need. You're not going to need any hosting accounts. You're not going to need an autoresponder. You're not going to need landing page software. No ClickFunnels, no optimized price. You don't have to learn any of that crap, okay? Unless you really like fiddling. Like I have ClickFunnels. I use it. This webinar system is all handled through ClickFunnels. I also have optimized press. I use it. I have hosting accounts. I have autoresponders. I own an autoresponder. And that's where our business opportunity for you is. You can see again in June I made $49,000. I expect to make about $600,000 this year. Fall sales will be really good. And I just want to say right now, and I just want to be very clear that these are my results. And they're a culmination of years of trial and error. Learning how to generate money online. I've been doing this since 2002 in one capacity or the other. I started as an e-tailer selling guitars, and here I am, 16 years later, a huge lead generation specialist. Your results will not be the same, but you can easily make enough money to make your house payment or a car payment just by selling solo ads through our system we're going to show you. You can even easily replace your job. I have people now who are looking at leaving their job, and I'm like, well, yeah, you're making money, but you're working, an hour or 2 hours a day. Why not keep the job? Have extra money. Oh, I just hate this guy. Whatever, everyone makes their own choices, right? So here are the 3 secrets to being successful in the solo ad business, okay? When you focus on selling the solo ads, that's all you need to focus on is selling solos. And we'll show you how in our system, okay? Our system will show you how to sell them. They're easy to do. I manage between 30 and 50 orders every day. Okay. The other thing is, with the secret that we're going to show you, is you don't need to have the autoresponder and hosting in the web form program. You don't need any of that technical stuff. Your job is to sell the traffic and then use us to fill your orders. And we'll go through how that works here in a little bit. So you can really start making money in a few short days. I literally had somebody go to Facebook and join Facebook groups, which is where you're going to advertise, post solo ad available, they quoted a price, and somebody contacted them and they sold their first solo ad that first day. It usually don't happen, but it can happen. It all depends on how effective you are at doing your marketing. Sell traffic, collect the payment to your PayPal account. Okay? Then you pay us the wholesale price, so we're going to sell traffic to you, and then we deliver the order for you. We provide the tracking list. You will not need to get the get response, or you will not need to get click magic. We provide everything for you. You just get the tracking link from us, send it to your client, and you're ready to roll. We deliver the traffic directly to your client's link. You place your order through our order system. It's very simple. It's just basically it's a PayPal button. You put a link in there and hit pay, and you pay for the number of clicks that you're going to want at a really great price. So you can make some pretty good money on this. You're going to be a reseller. Okay, you're going to resell the hottest source of massive email traffic available. That's my business, e-business traffic. Okay. It's the root company that sells traffic to all my other companies. It is my autoresponder business. Okay, we are an autoresponder, just like Aweber, GetResponse, and others. We do this quite a bit differently. We host everything on cloud servers. Cloud servers with rotating IPs and using an SMTP server rotator. It's set up to be a system where I can literally pour leads into the top end of the bucket, and they come out at the bottom as clicks to your links or my links. Okay. Now this is an autoresponder company that I have got. This is where I invested a couple $100,000 in it. I'm not selling subscriptions like Aweber, GetResponse, these others. I'm not doing that. This is only for me. The reason why is I don't want to manage the business, that type of business. What I want to do is sell traffic, and I want to sell lots of traffic, and I want to help some of my friends make some money. I got some very dear friends who are struggling, and they're now able to pay their bills because they're able to use my source of traffic to make money. And this is what I'm offering you today. Okay, I sell about 10,000 clicks per day myself at retail prices. This would be, between 48 and 64 cents a click, depending on where it's sold. You can buy my traffic and resell it and make a 50% profit. It's really easy. See, you might go, well, I can make more money building my own list. You're welcome to do that, and we'll coach you on that if you want. You'll go back to learning the hard way, to make the mistakes like I was talking about earlier. You get dropped by Aweber. Oh, Bill, what am I going to do? I want to build my own autoresponder company. Do you have a couple $100,000 to spare? Do you have a technical genius to help you out? Do you really understand sender scores and IP rotations? Do you really want to deal with the technical side? You want to bring in leads, scrub them, test them on old IPs, rotate them over to good IPs. You want to learn all that stuff, or do you just want to go out and make some money? You know what? I was in the wholesale business for 27 years, from 1976 until 2002. My dad and I owned a very large wholesale agricultural business that we ultimately sold. But we used to buy and sell products. That's what you're doing here. Okay? We were really happy to generate about a 20% gross profit margin. Here we're talking about if you play your cards right, you can make 50%. Now, if you get aggressive, you might make 30%. But still, if you put $1 in and make $1.30, tomorrow you put that $1.30 in, you make $1.80. You reinvest that $1.80 and your $2, you are compounding your money quickly. So you can make really good money at this, regardless of the margin, as long as you're covering all your costs. Okay. I really don't need to offer this service. I just don't need to do this because I'm making enough money now to live the life of my dreams. So it's not about me making more money. Okay. I'm making this offer so I can grow my infrastructure, in-grade, upgrade. This is my business. I have a passion for business. Like I said, 1976 is when I started with my dad. I'm only 56 years old. I started when I was 14 years old. Running businesses is what I do. And I want to grow this thing to the maximum capacity. because that's where it's got the most value, and it's also how I feel good about my efforts, okay? And I truly want to help a few of my friends make some extra money, okay? And I got some friends that are struggling. They lost their jobs, or they hate their job, or they're, personal trainer, and they're just barely scraping by, and they need some money to buy a new car, or, they just want some extra money for retirement. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to do this to the scale that I do, but you can. And I actually love selling this business, this traffic. It is my passion. And I want to share it. So I don't need to do this, but I am going to grow this business to the level that I think it can grow to. I'm not even going to give you that number, because this is really a huge industry, bigger than you know. Really what we're doing is selling advertising. We're competing with Google and Facebook and all those people. Different type of clients, of course. So I'll tell you a little story. Like I said before, my dad and I are in wholesale business. We were making that 20% gross profit margin. And we were doing, $20 million a month in business. It added up. We had 13 operations around the United States. We did well with it. And all that time we were running the business as a wholesaler, we saw manufacturers, and I used to look at them and go, "Wow, Dad, they're making so much more money than us." And our customers, the growers, "Man, Dad, they're making so much more money than us." My dad was a very smart man. He said, "Son, who do you think made the most money during the gold rush in California?" I said, "Man, there's some huge gold mining companies. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars a year." He said, "Yeah, 2 or 3. Back during the gold rush, there were thousands, I think tens of thousands of people moved out to California, where I used to live, and they'd go up into Northern California and they would start panning for gold. They're going to make their riches with gold. They had to buy picks and shovels and pans. And the guy who made the most money was the guy that was selling the picks and shovels and pans and the local bordello. Those are the 2 places that made the most money. Why? Because everyone that's driving for that dream, that fantasy, I'm going to get rich off this gold, needs to have that stuff. Now, the fact that only a few of them ever really made a lot of money, that didn't make any difference to the hardware store or to the wholesaler that was selling supplies to the customers. They were supplying a niche. And that's the way I look at this business. We don't deliver traffic to every landing page in the world. When you get into our system, you're going to see that we are a list building service. We sell to people that have a name, email, opt-in, single opt-in, only form. Anything else, we reject the orders. Because our job is to generate leads for our clients. Okay? Why don't I do all this other stuff? Because I'm good at what I do, and I don't want to go beyond what I do. Because I'm going to stay good at it. I'm going to be the best. That's the same thing here. The guys that were selling the picks and shovels and axes were making money regardless of how many people were going mining for gold. They were the fools. So I don't really judge my customers what they're promoting at all. As long as their form is business opportunity related, and it's a name and email and single opt-in, it's nothing complicated. I don't judge them. They could be promoting the stupidest thing in the world. I don't care. It's not my job to judge them. Now, what I am going to do is maintain the quality of our servers, our SMTP servers, and our sender scores, and our ability to deliver email. And I'm going to look at certain web forms and just say no. And I also know that double opt-in is a complete waste of money, and I simply won't do it. So those requirements are in our training that we're going to provide you. But the guys that selling the picks and the axes were making money. The gold miners were going broke. Now, I have thousands of customers that I sell solo ads to. A lot of them they buy one time and that's it. I can't help if they're going broke because they're going after the fantasy. I'm just supplying materials they need. And some of them do really well. I hope they all do well. But it's better to be the one selling the picks and axes than me actually the person out there mining for the gold. So that's why I'm a wholesaler. Here's the best thing about everything we're going to give you. You don't have to worry about building a list. You're not going to have to spend any money on autoresponders hosting or buying a bunch of stupid software. Could you imagine trying to figure out how to build this, how to build this? I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to use ClickFunnels. You know, it's just hours and hours of studying, learning, and implementing. If you have the time on your hand, which I do because my business is healthy, yeah, go for it. But if you don't, why bother? It'll just drive you crazy. So we do it all for you. You just sell us and pay us to deliver your traffic. Okay? Go sell, we'll show you how to do it, and pay us to deliver your traffic. Now I'm going to give you a couple case studies. First of all, my friend Phillip. Philip's motivation was simple. He just needed a little extra money to make his house payment. He's been with us for a couple months. He's selling about 6,000 clicks a month. His gross sales about $3,500, which means his take home, after he pays us, and he pays, in this case he's using Udemy, was about $1,700.50 above the profit. Now you're going to say, oh, I want to make the full $3,500. You're not. If you go build your own list and you do this, you won't make $3,500. You'll probably make about $600-700, and then you can lose your list. Remember what I told you about the problems and the cost of list building and getting an engaged active clicker to click on something. So to Phillip, this is his house payment. He's not trying to be number one. He's just trying to make a consistent amount of money to make his house payment. So he can do his thing and be happy. A lot of guys come to me and say, hey, I just want to make a couple extra $1,000 a month. You can do it for sure. Then we have Jen. She's been with us for 6 months. These are people that have kind of been helping me prototype how to sell this stuff. Now up to 30,000 clicks a month. This is making her gross is about $15,000 and net about $7,500 a month. This allowed her not to work so she can stay home and take care of an ill friend. Life's changing. Absolutely life-changing. And it does it in a matter of a couple hours a day. So this can easily replace most jobs. Now, what I would do, if you got a good job, keep it. Do this on the side. If you hate your job and you want to change jobs, maybe you'll go from a high-pressure job into working at a winery, pouring wine, and you just like doing that. Sure, yeah, you cut your paycheck down from 40 grand a year to 30 grand a year, but now you're also making an extra 24 grand doing this on the side. It gives you options. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the last, 40 minutes, hour, whatever it's been. And I hope you agree that it's been time well spent so far. I could go into so much detail in list building and stuff like that. I can't cover everything in this bit of time. It'd take all day. So we do have a special offer. You can get everything you need to know, okay? And what I'm going to do is you got to act fast, so you're going to lose a special deal. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little comparison before I give you the special deal, which is free, so you can understand the value of free. Does that make sense? I hope so. Here's a little comparison. Okay. If you were to go build a list and sell solo ads in a traditional method, you need to get a training course like Bulletproof Email Marketing. You get the master thing. It's like $197 for everything. That's my product. It's great. It works. We sell it every day. You would probably really need to have one-on-one coaching. If I'm going to coach you, you'd be 3 months for $1,997. You'd want to have Skype access to me so you have it 24/7. You can talk to me whenever you need to. It's another $1,900. And then you need to get up an autoresponder and set it up. That I'm just putting $1,900 value for cost for a year. In reality, it can be more, it can be less. It just depends on how big your list is. So your total investment is going to be like $8,000. Okay, that's just to get your system going and have a coach. And you can do this without a coach. Good luck. You're going to wish you had one. Okay, so total value, $8,000. And then you get to start spending real money. Okay, this is a comparison, remember, because I'm showing you everything that's going to cost you to do this. Then I'm going to give it to you for free. You got to start buying traffic to build your list. The average cost per lead in your system. If you're buying solo ads, about $1.25. Average cost to get a lead to click, about $5. So each clicking lead, each lead that clicks needs to click on at least 8 ads just to break even. Most opt out of your list before clicking that many, so you end up doing what? Spending more money generating leads than you're generating in sales. And you're paying to have list members on your list that just don't open or click. So you're spending $1.25 thinking, oh, it's only cost me $1.25 a lead. It's really costing you $5 a lead. So just think about the money in this. That's a lot of money. So if you want, let's say 10,000 leads, you're going to spend $12,500 on that. And you might capture 10,000 back before they disappear. That's why, you know, I follow people on Udemy because I'm one of the bigger sellers there. I'm in the top 5 every month. And I consistently do good numbers there. And I see people join, all excited, they chop the price to $0, and then 2 months later they're gone because they lose their autoresponder account. They're spending more money generating leads than they're generating in profits. All these horrible things, okay? So that's a lot of money. But if you really want to do it, you can reach me by Skype and I'll sell you a coaching package. Name is Bill.McRea. When you connect with me on Skype, let me know you want to chat about coaching, and then we'll connect. If you just connect to me, I'm not going to accept your number. Tell me why you're connecting with me. Or you can hit me up at Facebook. Again, you can use Messenger. I don't have any more capacity to add friends, so just send me a messenger and say, hey, I want to talk to you about your coaching. Just go to facebook.com/Bill McRea. It's MCREA, not AEEA, okay? Cool. So that's that. So you have 2 choices here. This is the second one. These are your 2 choices. You can spend about $15,000 to build a list. Then maybe you're going to make some money, okay? And you're going to be learning, then probably lose it all. The second option is start making money today by joining Solo Ad Business. Okay. Solo Ad Business is free. Now, what you got to do, go to soloadbusiness.net and register. There's a squeeze page. You got to sign up, and then you go to a separate page, which will be the membership area, and then you register for that, and it will take you through the training. So all of this time, just to tell you, the Solo Ad Business will teach you how to do it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pull up my browser. Excuse me here. I'm going to pull up my browser, and I'm going to go to ClickFunnels. Why don't I just hit the bloody I'll expand this out for you. And I'm just going to go into the members area and show what this is like. soloadbusiness.com, members area, member access. So you join, you have to create your account. I'm going to just go ahead and look at what's going on here. You'll create your account, very simple, boom, boom. Then you'll be able to log in afterwards anytime you want. It's all right here, very simple. How this works, the numbers, the solutions, managing cash flow, very important video. How to sell traffic, how to create a solo ad website if you want to, how to promote that website, how to sell traffic at Udemy, which is my #1 recommendation, what style of web forms we will accept, and what style of web forms and things we're going to reject, how to place your order with Udemy, and then if you want to build a list of your own, how to do that, which is basically going to be a link to our product that's called Bulletproof Email Marketing Solution. So there's your 2 choices. Build a list the old way. Let's say you, a lot of people are running these products where they say, we're going to, get paid to build your list. And essentially what it was is you buy an ad from Facebook or a solo ad, and they go to your squeeze page, and then ultimately they get a sales letter and a thank you page, and you make enough money on that thank you page sales letter to pay for the lead itself. Bullshit. I've tried this. Yeah, you can make money on those thank you pages. And if it's a recurring product, you can actually make profit if the guy sticks. Very, very, very low percentage of people that end up on the thank you page will ever buy anything. Here's why. Remember when I go back and I said that your average list member is on 40 or 50 email list, solo ad list? They're upping in and out all the time. They're seeing thank you pages with sales offers and things that are too good to be true every single day. People just want it to be true. Well, this is not where one of these sort of things where I'm giving you this thing because I want you to make money and then I want you to buy traffic from us, okay? You go here, you place your order. That's simple. That's what I want. I want you to buy traffic from me. That's what I'm gaining out of this. Now, I'm not making a whole lot of money on this traffic. The reason why I'm not is because I really want to grow my infrastructure. I'm reinvesting actually everything that comes in off of our reseller program into the business. My profit's already being made, personal profit. But I want to grow the business. I want to create a bigger infrastructure and then be able to start offering other services. So I need capital to do that. So you make money, I'm able to expand my business and make more money too. Since you're probably watching this, if you leave questions, I'm just exhausted. My voice is starting to go, as you can tell. It will come into my inbox and I'll reply back to you. Or you can hit me up on Facebook or Skype, and I'll answer any questions you want. And this is it. I mean, it's not that hard to do. It's not 87 videos. It's just a number of different videos in here to teach you how to do it. And then the source of traffic. You can literally go out, join a couple Facebook groups for solo ads. We show you how to find them. And place an ad that says, I'll sell you a solo ad for 40 cents a click. Come up with some more marketing stuff. Say high opt-in rates, single opt-in only. Let us help you with your list building. Somebody might hit you up today. Now, it takes time to build momentum in this business, just like any business. But since you're not having to invest $87,000 into building your list, you can take the time. So any of the questions you have, I'll respond to them via email. Thank you for joining today's presentation. We hope that you sign up for solo ad business and at least go through the course and understand some of the most important videos, the numbers, our solution, how to manage your cash flow, how to sell traffic on Facebook. And when I say advertise on Facebook, I'm not talking about buying ads. I'm talking about putting posts in the groups so that you can make money off of that. How to use Udemy. Udemy is a little bit different. You don't get paid up front. You get paid afterwards. So please do yourself a favor. Even if you're looking to make just a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 more a month, this is your solution. This isn't like any sort of dumb thing. This isn't building websites. This is taking a true system. The value of advertising in this country is probably close to $1 trillion. We're talking about Facebook, we're talking about Google, YouTube. Every website out there makes their money off advertising. You go to Fox News, you go to CNN, there's ads on their websites. Outbrain. Advertising is huge. That is the primary way people make money on the internet. And this will let you get into advertising and selling advertising services in the business opportunity niche. We may expand this into another niche, and I'll make that announcement when we do. So once again, thank you to everyone who took the time to watch this presentation today. We hope you, join our website. I mean, it's free. Do it now.